J-Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. Appreciate everybody for coming through. We got a lot to talk about because there's a lot always going on in the news. And so with that, we're going to kick it off with a few things. Kick it off a little light. We're going to look at some videos, some Instagram videos, wild little stuff I done seen. Instagram is a wild boy. If Instagram was a street, boy, that might be Skid Row. Anyway, I'm going to throw the link in there because we can chat live about all this stuff if you want, whether you want to chat live with me or in the comments like we always do. I'm going to cover a couple subjects. Jimmy Kimmel got suspended and put back on the air since the last time I was on. And that whole thing was interesting because the current administration, one of the main things they was talking about in the beginning while running is free speech and comedy is back. Rogan and Elon Musk, comedy's back, yeah, yeah, comedy's back, man, yeah. But they attacking a comedian over a joke that really wasn't that deep or funny. But you know, they tried to make it into something that it wasn't, in my opinion, in order to silence some critics. All right, let me get to some of these comments already. I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. I miss y'all. So, you know, I hope that, you know, everybody been doing well. I appreciate everybody's support and all the love and stuff, man. So, let's see. We got Rashonda. What's good, Rashonda? How you doing, sis? Good to see you, as always. Stephen Harris, what's good, my brother? I hope everything been good with you, Steve. I hope everything all good with you. Damian Kenny, what's good, fam? I hope everything good with you, Dame Dollar. We got Donald Welliver in the house on Facebook. What's good, Donald? I hope everything been all good with you and your family and everything. So, let me pull up. Let's see. Oh, also, one of the other main things I'm going to talk about this week, because, of course, we could always talk about the Trumpster and stuff like that. So I'll try not to talk about that too much, although it was pretty funny when he had a meeting at the UN. And when he was getting on the escalator stopped. The escalator stopped right when he was about to get on. So then he had to walk up the escalator, him and Melania. And then when he was speaking at the UN, the teleprompter broke. And so he ended up speaking off the cuff for an hour straight. Now, what's so funny is now he want to launch an investigation, talking about some triple espionage or something. He said, talking about the escalator, the teleprompter, and something else. He want an investigation with the FBI because they set me up. He even said in the speech, they cut off the escalator. If the first lady wasn't in such good shape, she might have fell, but she's in good shape. I bought her brand new from UAP. I got them on brand new from Epi, so he still got the warranty. She was able to walk up the escalator. You know what's so funny to me in that scene, and I'm going to pull up the video, is that it's two escalators, and the one that Trump and Melania about to get on, right when they're about to get on it, it stops. But the other one on the right is still running. I would have just walked right next to it and got on that one instead of walk up the escalator. I mean, in truth, an escalator can never be broken. I mean, all it is a stairs. Anyway, Trump, he talked, he was, man, dude, in his speech, he said, your countries are going to hell. He told them their countries are going to hell. Trust me, I'm always right about these things. Dude, I know those world leaders was mad sitting in there listening to him rambling on for an hour. Oh, snap. And Kamala Harris came out with a book that actually is kind of interesting. I didn't read it, but a couple of the clips that's out there seem pretty interesting. She talking about, oh man, this dang on thing done logged me out. She talking about the first 107 days. Well, it ain't the first 107 days, rather I should say. That was the length for her campaign, and so we see a lot of things that she's talking about in there that I'm gonna get into that seem pretty interesting, at least to me. I'm gonna share with y'all. For example, she did say, and you know what? I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna agree with her on this one. You all let me know, is she right or wrong? You agree with her or what? But here's a statement I'm gonna let marinate on your mind for a minute. She said, although they only had 107 days, so they didn't have a lot of time to really do things. But she said that Pete Buttigieg, you know what I'm talking about, man, Pete Buttigieg. He, she said that he would have been a great pick for vice president, but she didn't think it would be a good idea to have a black woman and a gay man on the same ticket. And she felt that might be a lot for the voters. And I'm going to agree with that in the sense that, not that I think I might have had a problem with it, but then again, they didn't have enough time to get their message out, is my main issue with the campaign. But I think that a lot of people in the right, far right, and in the Rogan's verse and all of that, they would have never voted for her and Pete. They didn't want to vote for her anyway. So if you'd have threw Pete on there, oh no. And Tim Walz, I think, did a good job as a governor. He's not a bad governor. He did a lot of good things for Minnesota, but people know they politicians in their own state better than outsiders. So people from Minnesota, I'm sure, could probably say whether Tim Walz was a good governor or whatever. But I agree. I think that might not have been a good choice. A black woman and a gay man in the White House, they would have lost their mind. They would have lost their mind. They already lost their mind. So, you know. DeMarcus Vaughn, you say, can you see Jasmine Crockett as the first female president in the future? Nope. But here's why. I actually really like Jasmine Crockett, but I'll tell you what the other man, not the brother man, because you the other man. You ain't the brother man. They see her, and this is why it's so important that the black woman don't discard the black man. It really is, because they see her as a loudmouth black woman, uppity, ghetto. They make fun of her eyelashes or her weave or hair. They would never want her in that position. They would never vote for her. She's too Kamala, a woman like Kamala, more reserved and calmly speaking, or as they say, well spoken. I hate that term, but anyway, they would rather have Kamala before Jasmine Crockett. Now, I like Jasmine Crockett. She speaks truth to power, and I think she would do a good job. Very intelligent. She's a lawyer just like Kamala Harris, an attorney, and I think she would do a great job, possibly, but I just don't think they would vote for her. Damian Kenny, you said it's pronounced Pete Buttigieg. Buttigieg. Big Bird, what's good, my family? My brother, what's up with you? Let's see, Stephen Harris, Tulsa King, Season 3. J Mo have check that. I saw season 1 and 2 last night. I'm gonna have to check it out. I did see they was advertising Tulsa King, but I didn't even check it out. I'm gonna have to look. I know a lot of people like Tulsa King. Sylvester Stallone going into TV. That was a big change. That is his show and stuff, but I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm pretty sure it's probably good. I've always been a Stallone fan. Corey Washington, America's two races, just being honest. I'm right there with you, just being honest. I don't see them voting for Jasmine Crockett. Actually, I don't see her being on any presidential ticket that wins. And same with AOC. They despise them. First of all, they don't like a woman in charge. I actually saw some people that were supporters of those, and it was a woman, you know what kind, and she was like, heck no, America can't be run by no woman. Like, what? And this was actually about, I was watching Capitalism, a love story. It's a Michael Moore movie. I just watched that recently, and that was in regards to Hillary Clinton. So that ain't even about race. So, you know, let that sink in for a minute. Being a woman, and that was a woman saying it, they ain't trying to hear another woman tell them what to do. Stephen Harris, Gavin Newsom, Governor Gavin Newsom, gonna end up winning the nomination in 2028. I actually think so, at least right now. A lot can happen in the next few years. We may see somebody we never seen come out of the woodwork, but as of right now, he is looking like. Now, of course, people in California, they know the truth, and they'll probably speak up to whether he is a good politician or not when the time comes, and maybe we'll learn a little more. All right, so let's look at this escalator right quick, and then we move on to some other subjects. What's crazy with this escalator is that, like I said, just walk around it. And now this is even worse. He calls for the UN workers to be arrested because his escalator didn't work yesterday. Really? For some reason, it's not showing my screen on here when I'm trying to project it. Good grief. Come on now. All right. It's saying right here, a real disgrace took place at the United Nations. This is Donald Trump saying this. Not one, not two, but three very sinister events. The escalator came to a screeching halt. It stopped on a dime. Nah, the escalator supposed to what? Come to a rolling stop. It's amazing that Melania and I didn't fall forward onto the sharp edges of these steel steps face first. They didn't even get on it yet. It was only that we were each holding the handrail tightly, or it would have been a disaster. This was absolutely sabotage, as noted by a days earlier post in the London Times, joked about turning off an escalator. The people that did it should be arrested. Man, I ain't about to read all of that, but arrest that. And from what I heard, and it may not be accurate, oh my goodness, why is this not streaming on here, is that somebody in his own party turned that escalator off. Here's the video. Good grief, why is it not sharing over here? Let me see. Oh my goodness. As much money as StreamYard pays, I pay $50 a month for this damn StreamYard. I'm walking right here. The escalator's going up. right here. Boop. They ain't even, he talking about he was about to fall. Wait a minute. How was he about to fall right here? Let me see. Is this playing over here? Oh my goodness. All right. I see it's gonna be one of those nights where I'm gonna have some technical difficulties. Good grief. This is hilarious. But anyway, you all get the gist of it. This is gonna be kind of frustrating for me to talk about some of my stories tonight when I can't pull up the articles, you know. That ain't always good. Let's see what I can do here. Good grief. Good grief. Let me see. Is this loading? It's not even loading a little bit. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's not good. They limiting my free speech. They coming for the little guy. They coming for the little guy. Who's you next? Damn, man. I got some stuff I wanted to share and show. Anyway, I guess I just have to read some of these things, but damn. Megan Thee Stallion, she want to get DJ Academics to reveal the source of his Tory Lane DNA test, which basically DJ Academics got information saying that Tory Lane's DNA was not found on the gun. And what she's saying is that the truth is that it came back inconclusive. Which, if that's the case, he had some bad lawyers. I mean, if you supposedly shot her and you that close in contact, I mean, he could have, I guess, wiped it down before they came in or something. Who knows? But I'm sure, well, that case is complicated. Who knows? Shout out to Riri. She had her third baby with A$AP Rocky. He over here doing her like an NBA player. Straight up. He about to be ready for the divvy pretty soon. And damn, boy, he gonna be trying to be getting half for child support. I need half a Billy, baby. One thing I will say, he tearing that little booty up, ain't he? Damn! How long they been together? I swear it can't be more than 3-4 years. I didn't even know this was her third baby. I thought it was her second with him. He's staying there. He's staying there, boy. He living rent-free up in that condo. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about that, you know what I'm saying, two-legged condo. He parking up in there and letting it marinate. But then again, who wouldn't? I mean, I ain't complaining or hating. I mean, hey, who wouldn't? But it is good to see that, you know, at least so far on the outside, you know, a young, successful black couple trying to make it. Because the truth of the matter is, and I hate that I can't pull up my videos, is that a lot of ordinary Americans are struggling. I just had to get my car fixed, my brakes done. OMG, I am broke. And I'll tell you another thing. I'm about to get to your comment, DeMarcus Vaughn. But here's the thing, man. It's like, do you want a warranty? Because if you want a warranty, you want to go to a shop that actually going to warranty the work and stuff, they're not going to install parts from somewhere else. You can't go get the parts from AutoZone and bring it to them and have it done, at least not in Indianapolis. Now they want you to buy parts from where they get the parts, and then they'll put them on and do it. And so, yeah, you used to be able to get it and do that. And see, with newer cars, They got so many sensors, and you got to program this. Hell, even to put the battery in my car, they got to reprogram. You see what I'm saying? And it making it where the average person can't work on their car, or you can't take it to a mechanic. And my suggestion, and I'm a big car guy, my car is a 2018. My car is a 2018. I take care of it. It's paid for. But I would suggest don't buy cars newer than 2018, especially not newer than 2021, because the microchips, that's when they had the problem with the microchips and things, because the 2021 was made in 2020, which I probably wouldn't buy that either, because cars made in 2020, they were skipping out. They may have cheaper microchips. 2020, 2021, 2020 was made in 2019. But even beyond that, newer cars are making it where you have to pay subscriptions to use half your features. They also have these trackers that they put in your car under the hood, some of these newer cars, and this is through the dealer though. And it'll track your data that they can sell. Do you know, I was watching this video with this dude who has OnStar on his Chevy. I forgot what it was. It was a 2023. It wasn't no Camaro or nothing like that. It was like a Bolt or something. I forget. It was a cheap car. I didn't even know Chevy had made these still. Anyway, because OnStar had been collecting data, everything he does, you would be surprised the amount of data it collects. It knows every time you start the car, where you going, the route you take, the speed you going, anything that come near your car. And the point is, this data could be sold. Who would want to buy this data? A lot of people, but the main is insurance. And they'll buy this data, and then they'll raise your rates, because it collects so many data points that although they say they don't have your name or whatever, it's anonymous. Once they compile all the data, they can still see where this area is, who this driver is, the car, da 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 da. They know who is what after they put it all through the algorithm. And this car was logging in because he had sent in a submission for his data to OnStar, and they sent it, and it was pages and pages and pages. And it was logging in that he was having a near miss collision at like 5:30 every day. And what it was is when he came home and he come in the house, his cats would come out around the car, and he would stop, let them move around, and then he'd get in the park in the garage. And the car was registering that as a near miss collision. So it could make him look like a bad driver or something. Anyway, another reason I would say not to get some of these newer cars is you can work on them yourself. I had just recently sold my 2004 Chrysler Concorde, and I kind of regret that. It was only $3,000 I sold it for, which is still a nice amount considering the car and everything. But it was in great condition. I really took care of that car. I replaced, oh my goodness. Anyway, that car you can take anywhere. Get parts from AutoZone, have anybody fix it. It was something that could be easily managed. And that's going to be a value again nowadays, with everything a subscription to Apple CarPlay or Sirius, whatever it's called, XM. I had to have a Series XM subscription for my car, or a lot of features wouldn't work. And also, my car's a 2018, and it don't have a CD player, which means if you don't have like an Apple account, or Apple CarPlay or Series or something like that, you really can't listen to music. You can't even listen to music. You just got the radio only. So, place to vent. Peace and blessings to you as well. DeMarcus Vaughn, what's good, brother? You say, Jay, are you checking out Special Forces Season 4? which dropped tomorrow on Fox and Hulu with Juicy Smouye and Eva Marcella. Nah, man, I ain't never heard of Special Forces, let alone season 4. Special Forces, they put Juicy to work. You know what? I released my documentary and I'm back, okay? I'm back. Hey, man, let me tell y'all something, man. The juicy smoothie, that Juicy Smouye documentary. First of all, I'm a sucker for a good documentary. I just love me a good documentary. Anyway, that Juicy J, Juicy Smouye documentary for Netflix. Wow, brilliant. I mean, that was so good. Which I do know you can make a good documentary, and if you make a good one, like I'm saying, you can frame it and direct it however you want and tell the story, and it's believable. With that being said, his documentary was so good and enlightening with new information about the case. I just wanted to get a foot long. I actually think he didn't do it. I think he did get set up. Although it did seem weird with it on his neck still, and he still had his sandwich. They're not going to take my dignity or my sandwich. I left this on here so you guys could understand what a rope around the neck looks like. Anyway, it's a lot more evidence supporting him that I realized. So that was pretty good. But no, I ain't familiar with that. Let's see. Young Slim, what's good, fam? How you doing, brother? DeMarcus Vaughn, you say Rihanna trying to keep up with Sierra now with the babies. I mean, Sierra and them damn babies then got Russell Wilson out the NFL. It's like as soon as they get with an athlete, their career is over with. I mean, Travis Kelce about to retire pretty soon because he been on a down slope ever since he done got swiftied. And it's like if you're an athlete, don't get with a musician woman because they'll run you ragged. They don't understand your discipline that you're trying to do and what you're trying to compete and accomplish. And Megan Thee Stallion with Klay Thompson, if I was Klay Thompson, I wouldn't even mess with that, to be honest with you. How many of y'all if y'all was Klay Thompson, y'all would get with Megan Thee Stallion? I ain't no way I would be with her. And the drama that she done been with, and Tory Lanez and all these rappers and stuff she done been, and WAP and all that. I'm good. And I'm Klay Thompson. I'm good. I'm good. DeMarcus Vaughn, which song is better? All of the Lights by Kanye featuring Rihanna or Live Your Life by T.I.? Oh, that's some. Now you didn't put two good ones together. All of the Lights is one of my favorite songs, but Live Your Life, boy, I got both of them in my playlist that I bump in my car. So I would say, I'm going to go with All of the Lights, but that was a close one. They pretty much damn near the same song. What's good, One Journey? How you doing, sis? I hope all is well with you. I'm hanging in there. My birthday just passed a couple days ago. I'm getting a little older, everybody, but, ain't we all? And as an old man, it's just another day, I guess. Last year, I did try to make something happen with the comedy down in Texas, but I really didn't have any money for that this year. I had to spend that much money, a lot of money, to fix my car. So I basically was at home. One Journey, you say, yeah, your Chevy Silverado King Cap 2011, no issues. My S10 2001, no issues, did replace AC radiator. But that's just regular wear and tear, though. Like really, as long as you you don't have the engine problems and transmission problems and stuff like that, then that's really a good car. I mean, I guess everything gonna have to get replaced at some point. Shocks, struts, all the fluids, eventually radiator compressor. I mean, radiators may get leaks or replace the AC, things like that, alternator, all that stuff, brakes, rotors. I mean, there's so many parts on the car that need replacing. That's really wear and tear. But you don't have major engine and transmission problems. That's a good car. I put in the link earlier if anybody wanted to chat. I hate that for some reason I can't pull up my damn video clips. I probably need to restart my computer. But if I do that, it's going to cut off the stream. So, it's all good. One journey, you said, yeah, correct, none. And then also, exactly, by being with those basic and good things working, they're a simplified vehicle in the sense it's not computerized. It's not a sensor on every little part that you got to reprogram. For example, one of the problems with my car is that when I had to get the brakes done, you had to replace the rotors, and then it's a sensor. Then you gotta, program it, which I'm sure probably ain't the big deal, but if you don't have the computer or you don't know how to do it, it is. And so I was going to take it somewhere else and it would have been a whole lot cheaper, but it wouldn't have been programmed right. It would be starting to turn into a ghetto ride. And I don't want that ghetto ride. I want to keep it how it's supposed to be, and want it falling apart. Big Bird was good. You said we used to get an alley mechanic to change brakes. Not anymore, bro. Hey, facts, man. Hey, I even, my son, I was talking to him and he said some things. He said things, unions and things is different. It might have been different 30 years ago or whatever, 30 years ago. Anyway, 30 years ago, 95, 96, we might have had a crackhead change that alternator for $20. Back then, you know what I'm saying? The alley mechanic, they'd have been rebuilt you your whole engine, dropped the engine, all of that. You know what I'm saying? For what? $150. Straight up. See, the difference is the homeless or crackheads and things were resourceful still in the 90s. They didn't just sit there with a sign. They knew how to hustle. I could fix this. Let me cut your grass. Let me clean your gutters. We had one crackhead that where our dog would stay on the side. The dog would doo-doo a lot. I didn't want to pick up all that doo-doo, and nobody else did. He'd go back there and pick up all that dog doo-doo for $20. Ain't nobody else doing that but a crackhead, okay? They were resourceful. They helped the community. Now, of course, I'm joking for those that don't get it. My son don't really get jokes that well, even though he's 21. I don't know what the hell he tried to say. I don't understand. And that's another thing while I'm thinking about it. If a person doesn't agree with you or have different views than you, that doesn't mean they don't understand or you dropping knowledge way over their head. He be thinking because I don't agree or we have different views, he dropping knowledge over my head. He's so smart, I can't understand his concept. So, boy, your ass ain't no damn Stephen Hawking. I'm closer to Stephen Hawking than you. I got the chair. Beep, beep, boop. Anyway, and also, if you are a real man, you're not tied to a belief necessarily, or a statement. For example, it's a lot of people, and I'm not one to say I believe this 100%, but I do have some belief in it. It may not be accurate, but I don't sit around and dress up or protest or put this on people. But I do think it may be some truth that maybe African Americans may have something to do with the lost tribes of Israel. Maybe, maybe not. Some people want to go and say DNA proof show African Americans and other people have nothing to do with it, this and that. That's what my son want to drop and things like that. Okay, that's fine. But also you could say, well, who own those companies? Also, science is a belief as well. And, who's to say? A lot of the things that say would happen to people has happened to African Americans, not knowing, their history as definition of a lost tribe. And it was 12 tribes. So the people that do have claim today would not be one of the lost tribes. But we could definitely go deeper and deeper down this rabbit hole. I'm not saying everything those Hebrew Israelites on the corner, you're going to be the slave and we replace. I'm not saying that I agree with that, or even that I think that some of the things they say is accurate. But they may have a little something and then they may twist and pervert into other things. But who knows? Maybe it's true, maybe not. The main problem is there's been so many lies, so many conspiracies, so many people that are trying to do the right thing or follow the truth that's been snuffed out, or things that are like what's going on now with Charlie. It's so many different things go on that you kind of don't know what to believe on so many subjects and topics, which is why I don't hold my individuality or personality to that belief. It's not tied to that. If that was to be proven to me not to be true, okay, that's exactly, I mean, like, okay, and like, all right, it wouldn't change me. I'm not tied to that. You know what I mean? It's only really one belief that I'm really tied to, my faith or something like that. But a lot of other things, I mean, I ain't about to do the Diddy. You know what I mean? I do believe in not doing the Diddy. But other than a few other things, I mean, if information is presented and I can see something differently, okay, then that's what it is. Life goes on. I'm not tied to that. Whereas some people that have cult-like behavior or a cult-like mentality, if you challenge a belief or show information contrary to that belief, they'll question the source, or they won't believe it, or they'll say it's such and such propaganda. And that's where the issue lies, is that you so entrenched and ingrained in everything that no other information can penetrate. And because you've learned a few things, you think you know and are smarter than everyone else. For example, one of the things that we were talking about is that he said that high-speed rail in California can't be built because of union labor being so expensive. And although union labor is not cheap, that's not the issue. The issue is permits and bureaucracies and all kind of other buying the land and paying people for their place. There's so many other things that tie into why the cost is. But when you frame it that way, as he was saying, it makes it seem that unions are bad, which he was trying to say is unions are bad. They take your money, this and that. And by him only being 21, he has no idea of what will happen when you are just the lonely worker by yourself and a company can do whatever they want to do to you. Big Steve, what's good, man?
Was good.
Oh, nothing much, nothing much. How you been feeling, man?
Sure, I've been feeling fine.
Been feeling fine. How's it been in Houston, man? It's hot
True,
enough.
staying safe. It's been hot out there because I had put some air pump in my bike and rode to the store to $500 because when I went over there and got me some cookies, man, I said they shelf is you don't see nothing. They shelf is just empty. You don't
What?
see yeah. I mean, $500 look like they trying to go out of business.
What? So why you think it looks empty? People, they didn't get their shipment or what?
Nah,
People,
they ain't stocked enough products on their shelf, and enough snacks on their shelf.
man, it's about to be real in the field. You know, October 1st is when they implement the new food stamps cuts.
Yeah, because they was talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when Republicans either much had passed that bill in the House. Because I'm
They
talking about
cut it?
cutting food. Yeah, they talking about cutting food stamps, cutting Medicaid, and either much kicking 17 million people out for health care insurance and shit, getting rid of food assistance, and even much shutting down nursing homes. I'm talking about it's going to impact a lot of American people.
Yeah, it's gonna be a huge ripple effect. And see,
And
the
then
whole thing is they talking about saving money, and the reason they did to save this money is because they gave the tax cut to the rich. Like it would have already been paid for, but they gave the money back.
yeah,
And
because
so,
Republicans though don't give a damn because all they care about is power and either much and they believe in Christianity. That's all these Republicans
they
believe.
believe in what?
They believe in Christianity.
Christian what?
Christianity.
I don't know the last word you saying. Christian.
I mean white Christian. I'm talking about white Christian. That's what they believe in.
Oh, Christianity.
Yeah.
Man, I thought you were saying two words. I can't hear you that good. But yeah, you're right, man. So, you know what? This is some of what my son and got stuck into because he said America should be a Christian monarchy. All right, man, what the hell are you talking about? I say, so who gonna be the king? And then he say my ideas are crazy. So I think black people may be some of the lost tribes of Israel. Your ass wanted to be a King Trump. You think it should be instead of a president, a monarchy, a king? Who? That's insane to me. Who you think would if they tried? You think they would? I mean, I was gonna say who you think, but of course it's Trump. You think they would try to make him a Christian?
I don't think so. Because I mean, dude, because Trump don't have no morals, no value, no principles, no equity, and he don't have no backbone.
No. But
Because
what are
Trump only and don't care about his Republican Party and Republicans, and I don't know why they are afraid to even must stand up against him. Because you
because
know why?
they fell
Because they
out.
scared. Because the Republicans scared they all gonna get a primary, they gonna end up losing their positions
That's
in
true.
their seats.
He's threatened them. He's basically a mob boss. He threatened them if they ain't, either get down or lay down. You're fired. Speaking of fired, Jimmy Kimmel, what you think about what happened with Jimmy and how they tried to get Jimmy off the air and not Jimmy back? Because the truth is, we the people is what the Constitution start off with, not king or monarch or Christian nation. We the people. And so we have the power. We decide to elect these people to do what we want. And we the people decided to cancel Disney Plus, Hulu, and they reacted and brought Jimmy back because they realized, okay, he may sue us for 15, but if everybody cancel, we'll lose $1 billion.
I mean, yeah, because ABC can lose billions of dollars because Disney either much owns ABC.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Paramount either much owns Disney. I mean, I could be wrong, but either I mean, dude, because
Well,
y'all man,
ABC
because
owns all of that, or rather, Disney owns all of them.
right.
Paramount and ABC. Yeah.
I mean, get me wrong because Jimmy Kimmel either much said about Charlie Kirk I mean, he ain't said it out of his way, and y'all end up canceling the man because he said that you got Trump attacking him. To my you know, ABC fake. They end up lifting up his suspension, and then he's talking about that he ain't funny, and he over there is a Democrat,
Right.
Mark, a Democrat, Mark.
Well, one of the main things that's really horrible and slippery about it is that he was saying that he gets unfavorable coverage, and that like you say, the Democrat, so he want to get rid of them and have more favorable coverage. But then that's how you get the state run media, where nobody's going to speak out or say anything critical of the administration because they don't want to get fired or go to jail. And that's
And they don't want, and then the people in the ABC, them people over there, the over there quiet because they afraid to even speak out about it because they don't want to lose their license.
exactly. And also greed as well, because they want to have a merger, and so they don't want, and when you have a merger, that I think after they have this merger, they'll have like more than 50% of stations, TV stations or something, which could be going in towards monopoly territory. And so they have to have approval from the president and the FCC to sign off on the merger. And so that's another reason why they taking all these people that are critical off the air, because they want him to sign off on this merger, which is like blackmail in a way. I won't sign off on the merger. You won't be able to get the deal. You keep talking about me, fire him. And that's like, and they did it, which is like insane. So, you know, it's just a big, big change. Nothing like this has ever happened with the things. It's like every day, multiple things going on in the world. It's hard to keep up, man.
Yeah, because that's why Steve Colbert ended up can't stop coming on cancel his show at late night.
Yep, yep. What's up, man? You dressed, man? Turn on the camera so people can see your nice smile, man. There you go. Peace, man. What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. You might not have heard, but Kamala Harris got a book coming out talking about her 107 days of campaign or whatever. She
Yeah.
she was saying that one of the things she said is she didn't want to have Pete Buttigieg because he was gay, but she regret that. Do you think if she'd have put him on the ticket, it would have made a difference?
I don't. It wouldn't work though. I mean, I think putting put a judge on a ticket. That's still not going to pump people to either much come out and vote for you in numbers because no, it still wouldn't work because I said Josh Shapiro should have been the one that been on a VP ticket because he did not feel Josh Shapiro did not feel like being comfortable at number 2. So that's why he turned down a VP ticket because he Jewish.
Right. That's the thing, and that's like a gang in a way. And the reason why I say like a gang is like blood in, blood out, homes la onda. It's like they say, and they also say this about Chinese people in the CCP, that their loyalty will always be there before America. So they fear that if they put a Jewish person, I first heard of this when Al Gore was running for president and they had Joe Lieberman. And then they were saying, no, he got a Jewish vice president. I'm thinking, what's that supposed to mean? And then that's when I learned that they like, well, then they could make America basically part of Israel or something. Or that's a fear some people have. So
And that's when Al Gore ended up getting screwed out of them votes because Bush won 500,000 votes, and then in the Supreme Court though didn't want to do a recount.
right, in Florida. It wasn't 500,000, I don't think, though, was it? I think it was less than that, but it was a small margin, though. You're right. And Al
Yeah, that's
Gore,
how Bush ended up getting elected back in office.
uh,
I mean in office back in 2005.
Exactly. Yeah. And that really, really changed our country, man, because then after 9/11 and things, I definitely think it would have been handled differently. That's for sure. But anyway, another thing Kamala said in her book that just dropped is she said Joe Biden was going to run and then at the last minute tossed it to her, but then kind of put pressure on her to not speak out or put distance between them because the donors they like him, and if she put distance between him, then she may lose money and nobody will support her.
I
I actually
mean,
think that was a problem, but what do you think?
right. I mean, yeah, because even much they didn't even much want to vote for Kamala. That girl ended up losing support. That girl lost four swing states in Arizona, North Carolina, Philly, either much Georgia, where Biden won, and she lost it.
But do you think if she would have separated herself from Biden, like it was a question when somebody asked her, would you do anything different from the last 4 years? And she said no.
Yeah,
Uh,
because they asked her in the interview, and she told them no. And
you
then
think
I'm sure that she learned her lesson in 2024.
you think she should have said yeah if she would have did something different, or she did the right thing?
I mean, I think she would have said yes if she would have done something different, Kamala Harris, because that's why I see why she either much backed out of the government race,
Mm-hmm.
because she knows it's gonna be easy to win. Because I wouldn't be shocked at if she either much run in 2028, because she's sitting in the wings waiting.
Mm-hmm. Your camera froze. Yeah, there you go. It still froze. Like you happy. Yeah. Anyway, what up, young Slim? You said facts, Jay. We the people are the power, not them. Hey, that is the facts. And here's another thing, man. Switching it up. I for some reason it ain't letting me play videos tonight, so I'm kind of going off the cuff a little bit. But one of the things that I have come across for the guys, maybe some of y'all ladies, if you got a PlayStation 2, you can get off of what you call it, Amazon for like $15 a memory card that you could put in, and it'll be able to mod and put all the games on there and stuff. It's like so simple. I came across it on a YouTube video because I was talking to Slim about them video game emulators that have a bunch of games on it. Well, you can go on YouTube and put in like a PS2 mod, and you can mod out your PS2 to have all the same stuff, do the same stuff. It's actually pretty crazy how they was able to do that. So they coming up with a lot of new ways to use old technology, because once you have it, you don't have to keep paying monthly subscriptions. Same with movies. A lot of people are wanting to get DVDs and movies again and CDs because you don't have to pay every month to watch them and things. You can actually have a collection, watch it, and not have to pay so much every month. So yeah, as things are getting so expensive, people trying to find ways to cut back, and also people also is streaming, pirating more. Do you use any sites that you be looking at for movies and stuff?
I just stick to the one I just stick what I got though, because I be watching I mean, what kind of movie I be watching? Because I be watching those movies like Terminator,
Mhm.
and either much Transformer, Rockabye Boy 4, and I be watching Sylvester Steven Seagal movie.
What you watching,
That's
Steven Seagal? What you know about that?
I mean that's a bad man. Steven Seagal's a bad man though.
Yeah, Steven Seagal. Yeah, that was he had his prime in the '90s. That's for sure. Everybody used to talk about how he run though.
I mean you can't beat him one on one.
Well, I'll tell you this. and I ain't gonna go too deep into it because I see you like Steven Seagal, so I ain't gonna rain on your parade. But look, look up the truth about Steven Seagal on YouTube. I had came across that one time. It was like I told you, I'm a sucker for a documentary, and this was a well done one. Steven Seagal's a big dude. He like 6'6" or something, 6'4". And he actually went over to Japan to study. You know, he is legit. But come on, man, he's 6'4", throwing around these like 5'5" Japanese dudes, and he ended up marrying one of the women that was like a legendary daughter to like one of the trainers there or whatever. And then because he married her and they had a school, he was able to then become like the first Westerner, because that's like part of his lore, being like the first Westerner to be able to train in Japan with Aikido. And he kind of hacked the system. I ain't hating, but it's like kind of the lore from 90s when you learn more about it, just like Bloodsport. You know, Bloodsport, that ain't even real. He made that story up, Frank Dukes. Frank Dukes made that up, man. That story ain't real. It is no Kumite. He didn't beat all these people fastest knockout in 6 seconds and fastest kick in 4 seconds, fastest kick with a knockout. He ain't did all that. He ain't knocked nobody out in no 6-second knock. Anyway, it's crazy how a lot of that stuff, man, back in the day, they was able to get away with some stuff.
Yeah, because and you see Mike Tyson, you see Floyd Mayweather is challenging Mike Tyson in 2026 though for a fight.
And that's crazy. Are you gonna? Would you pay to see
I
that?
mean, dude, it probably gonna be trash like it was with Jake Paul.
Yeah, I think even worse, because ain't no way in the world Mike gonna be able to catch Floyd. Floyd is too fast. Way
Dude,
too fast.
Mike Tyson is too old for Floyd Mayweather. A 60-year-old man fighting a 54-year-old man.
Yeah, that's just, they need to stop with these money grab exhibitions. Jake
I mean,
Paul,
yeah, because Sandra, Papoose' girlfriend was challenging Layla Ali to come out of retirement. He challenged her $5,000 for a fight, and you know, ain't no way Layla Ali is finna train and she finna get in the ring and box
Taylor
us some
Ali would
people.
have beat her butt. She'd have kicked that ass. You know, it's one thing to be a bad street fighter, but to be a boxer, a professional boxer, they will beat the brakes off of you unless you catch them slipping. So, like, yeah, she will beat her ass. Layla Ali will beat her
Layla Ali would beat her to the white meat.
for real. And I was gonna say, I think, I won't say he killed boxing, but he finished it off, and that's Jake Paul. Boxing was already dying, and when he came and made a mockery of it, because he can come from YouTube, no training, nothing, but because he got a fan base, he's getting the biggest fight purses and the biggest and most well-known fights like that. It's a joke. And he's fighting people that weren't even fighters, and fighting UFC people and making more money and fighting the old people and stuff. And I mean, but it's just boxing is just.
I mean, that is boxing, man. And them people that's want to get in the ring, that's for to be making money. And you ain't knocking nobody out.
Not at all.
I mean,
Especially,
that just wasting money right there.
yeah.
And people that's wasting their time just to come sit there and watch the fight happen in the ring.
Yeah, I wouldn't really want to go to see a fight in person by paying the money these days. Like I did like the Terrence Crawford and Canelo fight just because they were skilled fighters, but it wasn't a good fight that I would have wanted to pay for. If I would have paid for it, I wouldn't have felt satisfied. You know, I would have been like, ugh. Like he won on points. It was nobody hurt. Nobody, it was no real damage. It was not, I hate to say it like you want to see somebody damaged, but you ain't trying to see somebody just tap each other for points. So I wouldn't want to pay for that. I'm glad it was on Netflix for free. Well, part of your regular subscription, but I don't think it's anybody I would pay for right now. I really don't. These fighters, I don't know. They don't, for one, you don't get to know who they are. So I would like to see Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder fight. Um, I doubt it's gonna happen. They taking too long. Yeah,
And then you got to order the pay per view. Back in the day, when we had K, we had to order the pay per view,
yeah,
and you still got to pay some money.
yeah, that sucked big time. Man, I wanted to talk about this story about Trump. Did you hear about they made a statue of Trump? And
Oh yeah, I seen it. They made a statue of Trump with Charlie Kirk.
nah, I thought it was with Epstein.
Oh, I mean, I don't know nothing about that though, because all I know, the Congress still trying to get Trump to release those Epstein files, and Republicans started backing down from it.
Yeah, I got it right here. So this is a picture of the National Park Service removed the statue of Trump and Jeffrey Epstein holding hands from the National Mall earlier Wednesday. Somebody had a statue. This is big too, and it's on marble, and it's like bronze, and it's Donald Trump on on one leg with one foot up and one arm out, and he holding Jeffrey Epstein hand, and he on one foot with one leg out. They like two giddy little schoolgirls. And so who delivered this? How is that possible? How could you make this statue deliver it? This is heavy. How did this? It's hilarious though. But I'm trying to see if I can share this, man. Hopefully it works. Is it on the screen? Let's see. Nope. God dog it. It's not sharing. But I just reposted it on my Twitter feed. So when everybody done with this, go check it out. But there you go. Y'all see the picture? Look at that.
It's black. It's still black.
Oh damn. It was showing on my end. Ain't that about a blip? But anyway, I wonder what he about. I want the FBI to investigate who made it, who dropped it off. They, as criminals of the state. Oh man. Now, moving on to this one now before we get up out of here, because ain't no need for me to stay too long tonight since I can't play some of my media that I wanted to play. But Charlie, I don't even want to say too much because I don't want to get tagged, but we know who we talking about. Well. A lot of information has come out since then. I don't know if you've been following it up. I just lost my man's. I'm going to put the link back in so you can come back, Steve. And if anybody else want to come and chat, you're more than welcome. But a lot of new information has come up. And one of the main things I'm going to talk about is the bullet that was used and this statement. So, first of all, the bullet that was used is a round that is used to take out like a moose, a big, large animal, because it can bust bone. It's a big bullet. It's called a 30-06 rifle. It does the job, okay? Now, the statement came out after they've shown the rifle and the bullets and all of this. It's so many people, especially on the right. But in today's day, with all of this social media, the internet and things, you gotta just tell the truth. There's so many people that can check and are experts and can look and verify it. And especially when it comes to guns on the right, they got a lot with guns. They love them. Now, I like guns too, but I don't love my gun. I'm not sitting there, it's this caliber, this, that, and it's precise, and it does this and that, and then I can do this and that, and I take it in this, carbon fiber lead field, AK, da-da-da-da. Does the trigger go bang, bang? So, okay, anyway, they're saying, and it's a lot of these videos on Twitter, and they even breaking, first of all, they saying to take that rifle apart. This one dude breaks it down, and he got a timer on his screen. He tried to take the rifle apart because they say that he took the rifle apart and then on top of the roof, jumped off the roof because he put the rifle in the book bag, jumped off the roof, and then put the rifle back together again in the woods. Like, what are you taking it apart, putting it back? But you need two different tools to take that weapon apart. Two different hex screws. You got to have it stable. Take this off. Take off the scope. Take this off. It take a nice bit of time, and the guy that did it took a few minutes to do it. And he was explaining that he ain't just do nothing to nobody. He's comfortable. Nobody's coming after him, and yet he's still doing it pretty fast. But if you have all that adrenaline dump in your system, it's kind of hard to do the detailed motor work as fast and detailed as possible back and forth. So he was saying that might be an issue. The second one is the round, like I was saying. Now, they've released a statement on Twitter, and when I say they, I believe it was the FBI or somebody. It was an official, somebody of official capacity. Anyway, they said that he saved a life. Charlie Body saved a life because had anyone else been hit with that round, it would have went through and hurt somebody else. But his body protected someone else from being hurt because the round stayed inside of him. Now, that's the goofiest thing I ever heard. Especially in the neck. That ain't even strong area. So, and then his body saved somebody. I doubt that's what was happening and trying to be the intention. But from all the things that was shown and said, it looked like that head should have popped the way it was shown. I'm not a rifle or weapon expert, so I'm going off.
Oh, y'all had to start over again because I said you got froze up. You got froze.
It's all good. It's all good. Glad you're back. So, have you been following what's happening with Charlie and the weapon and all of that stuff they saying?
I mean, yeah, because either much when Charlie Kirk, he was out there in Utah University surrounded by college students who was just talking narrative, talking about, oh, it's okay to either much when a man abuses his woman, you still stay with them and all that non-racist stuff he was sitting there saying.
He said the Civil Rights Act was a mistake.
Yeah, he said that too. Mm-hmm. I mean, dude, Charlie Kirk don't care about black people, don't care about Mexicans and Chinese. Charlie Kirk only believing in race and white racism. That's all he believes in. Mm-hmm. Because he believed in banning books. He believed in people health care and Medicare and Social Security. My Americans doesn't deserve that. He believed in that.
Yep.
He believed the country is racist.
He does. They actually believe the country's supposed to be a Christian nation. And
because either much the one who shot him, that was Tyler Robertson, because his dad was a former FBI.
Right. Well, what do you think about that? Because all this stuff ain't starting to add up. And they said his dad was a former sheriff. And then they say he took this
because
gun.
And he don't care about.
Go ahead.
Oh, I say he really don't care about white farmers is either much working out there in that coal mine. He don't care about the Republican Party.
It ain't white farmers working in the coal mine, but I got what you said.
I mean, working out in the field.
I got you. You good. Yeah, but nah, what they trying to do with this is, for one, you already know they hate the trans community and things like that. And so they're trying to say that's what was going on here because it's believed that he may have a trans or transitioning partner that he with. And then they like to be furries or whatever, who knows. a lot of this stuff that comes out, you got to take with a grain of salt, considering who's running these things. I mean, they said they had the files on her desk, and then next thing you know, what files? So about old Epi. So anything they could be saying or doing or not
Yeah,
doing.
because because Charlie Kirk was the one that stabbed at Trump in the back because he was playing both sides of the field.
How was that? I ain't know.
Because he wanted Trump to release the Epstein files, and Trump refused to do so, to
And then
release
he
them.
changed his mind. He said, I'm going to listen to my friends at the government and I'm going to move on because it's not that important. You remember he said that? I didn't follow him like that, but I remember seeing that
Me
clip.
neither. I ain't never followed Charlie Kirk like that. Because when I had woke up, though, they showed he was shot in the throat.
What made me looking into Charlie Kirk more is, sadly, my son looks into that type of person and is starting to, he's getting radicalized. And at 21, and he thinks he's so smart, can't tell him nothing. He believes in, he thinks unions are bad and this. And I'm like, man, you talking out the side of your mouth, man. And anyway, I told him.
I mean, people don't read, man.
A union driver is UPS. A non-union driver is Amazon. Who's pissing in bottles? Who don't have health care? Who make $100,000 a year? Who's over there driving and being tracked for every little minute and every little stop and got to keep running and doing this and working themselves to the bone? It's a difference. UPS drivers know their routes. They don't need the GPS. You get the same driver on that route all the time for years. They know what they're doing. Amazon, you got different people all the time dropping off stuff.
Because Amazon's is the one come and deliver boxes, and they drop it right to your house and put it right there in the front door, which you order.
Yeah, but we're talking about the quality of the drivers. So the drivers, people that work for Amazon, they're not in a union. So they don't get the benefits and raises and actual like time off and breaks and vacation time and things. They don't get that similar to UPS because UPS delivers packages also like an Amazon driver. But they get all of the exact same things I listed. Raises, every year they get a raise. They get paid time off. They get vacation. They get their breaks. They get their set schedule, all of that. And then that's what the company gets in return is a loyal employee for 20, 30 years that does their job, happy to work, very skilled. Amazon don't get those people to do that at that level,
Yeah, because I remember it was a strike. I remember it was a strike on Amazon though, because they were standing outside in the middle of the street at Starbucks and they wasn't getting paid.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Straight up. So, one journey, you say union benefit, pension, and SSI. That's right. That's right, man. And I was trying to explain that I was in the union when I worked at UPS, the Teamsters Union. Well, 30 years ago, things was different. Yeah, workers had rights. We actually could buy stuff. We wasn't getting crushed by inflation. We held corporations accountable. But when all these stock buybacks and all of this corporate greed went rampant, now workers have nothing. Like I told them in 1995, 96, I was making $10 an hour at UPS. In 96, that's just as a regular, nothing special. Right now, my son makes $20 an hour or 21. So you just make $11 more than me in 30 years. In 30 years, you only make $11 more. Like, that's insane. And in 96, $10 was good because minimum wage was like $5 or something. So it was double because some people was getting $5 and $6 an hour jobs. I was 18 loading trucks, So anyway, wages don't keep up with inflation. Like I explained, for example, Walmart one of the largest employers, pay their workers historically low wages. And I believe 50% of Walmart employees, is close to 50%, have some type of government assistance, whether it's with child care, food stamps, whatever, health care. And that's insane considering Walmart is one of the largest companies in the world. All three Walmart heirs each are worth 100 billion. That's 300 billion in just three people that own Walmart. But they can't pay their employees a livable wage. They don't want to let their employees have a union and have rights and have health care. Anyway, Walmart messed up anyway. You also
I mean, Walmart, though, it's some issues with that place.
facts. For one, I've been looking at some videos on YouTube. People are getting bottled water from Walmart, and you can like see the microplastics floating in the water when they like hold it up.
I wouldn't need much want to work there. I would never work there.
I got a Meyer water right here, but this ain't no good either. All bottled water in a plastic bottle. Stay away from. I'm gonna have to get some type of water filter in my house or get that Culligan or something. I don't know, but microplastics. This is another thing. Somebody they've been showing like the bananas. The bananas are like they don't break, they bendy and squishy. I think what's happening is that they are putting that new GMO food that is good for shipping stay on the shelf. This woman had some fish and she took the fish and balled it up into a ball and squished it like that. It looked like a little ball of paper towels. And then she just put it in under the water and it just went back to the regular shape, flat, absorbed all the water. You would have thought it was fresh fish. Let me get that link to that video. I'm gonna put it in the comments, man. This stuff is wild. This person had a watermelon and they were cutting the watermelon open and it looked like it was plastic or something inside the watermelon. I'm like, what? This is
I mean, and who do that? What person does that? That's stupid. That is stupid.
it's evil, man. That's the thing, man. It's a whole system. So this is where you get deep in the rabbit hole. So I ain't gonna try to go too deep. But hey, if you look into some of these agendas, one of them is a depopulation agenda that they want to basically have the world population at like around 100 billion or something. Or wait, what did I say? 100 billion? What about 2 billion or a billion? Something like that. And it's what, 6 or 7 billion people on Earth? So they let people get sick, feed you bad food, Soylent Green, pollution. They got all these data centers that they building on farmland. I mean, they doing so many things at the same time, cutting the Medicaid, Medicare, cutting the food with what was that they with Doge did, USA.
Food assistance.
Yeah, USAID as well when they was doing food and healthcare and all this stuff. So they just doing so many things that it's about to be a big drop off. They working to get rid of a bunch of people. And all those people that's gonna be gone, they look at it as, well, y'all were wasteless eaters. Y'all was taking up all the good food, sucking up all the good air, with your big nose. Drinking up all the good water with your big lips and your brown skins. Y'all get up out of here, and then when y'all gone, it'll be more resources for us.
I mean, that's the white, but that's what they want. White folks in charge.
Man, and that's evil. And it ain't even necessarily about a black or white, to be honest. It's a class war. It's the haves and the have-nots. And if you don't have it,
you out of here.
Basically. I'm trying to find this video, show you about this water thing. I think this is it right here. I really hate that this ain't letting me share some of this. Also, this is really messed up. So you know that slavery with us, I think it's the 15th or the 16th Amendment. I'm getting old. But anyway, it was outlawed except for prisoners. They can put prisoners to work for free, basically. Well, now, and here's the, I can't play it because it ain't letting me play, so I'm gonna put the link in here. But in Alabama, they putting incarcerated people to work at McDonald's. They working at McDonald's and corporations. They're prisoners getting dropped off to work at McDonald's. And they're working for free because they're prisoners. So now these corporations are incentivized to keep people locked up or to, use these workers. So they ain't paying them no health. They ain't paying them nothing. And then they making just pure profit. Got these people cooking your food. And how many people would want to go to these restaurants if you knew that they were bringing the inmates in to cook your food? I got a video of somebody putting a little special sauce on somebody's burger as it is. You get a bunch of people that ain't getting paid, don't give a damn, and they already criminals up in here. Come on, man. You can't play with my food, man. Don't play with my food.
That's sad. That is sad.
That's sad. And not only that, because I'm saying it only from my selfish end. Why are you making them work for free? Because that could be
and they ain't getting paid for it.
And they ain't getting paid. That's so
They
evil.
dancing now flipping burgers.
That's so evil. That's like incentivizing to lock people up, which is why one of the problems with Charlie Kirk when they use statistics improperly. Like my son, he think because of statistics or somebody that's supposedly so damn smart that you believe every damn thing they say. So he would say something like, yeah, well, the civil rights was a problem for black people because after the Civil Rights Act, their communities went to hell and they were more incarcerated and the drugs and this and that, which is true. But it ain't because black people did it. They were under attack. So before, with Jim Crow, it was in your face. We don't want you here. We don't like you, this and that. Once they couldn't do that, they then weaponized the law. They then used the CIA to bring drugs in there. They then, bring in programs, but this program won't work if it's a man in the house. So they just found ways to break up, divide the family. Then Reagan come in, move a lot of manufacturing jobs overseas, which because of the black migration, a lot of working black people in Detroit or in the North Midwest lost a lot of their jobs when they shipped them overseas with NAFTA or shipped them to Mexico and all of these things, and Flint, Michigan, Detroit, all of these Midwestern, Gary, all these places fell apart. It ain't because, now black people are free. They decide to be criminals and jigaboos and do drugs and shake their booty. Like, that's so evil. That is so evil to frame that way. And for somebody like my son's age or my son, which I always, when I like watching documentaries, people that are in cults, it's never dum-dums. It is sometimes when they had that one woman that turned blue, they was dumb, but it be people smart, thinking they so damn smart and they know everything. And next thing you know, they deep it up to their neck in some cult. Anyway, you get people to hear this and they be like, well, statistically, he's right. And they don't understand what happened to get to that point. Redlining, the great migration, because after that, then everybody moved to the suburbs. They create the suburb, move to the suburb, take all the money out of inner cities, leave the money there, leave people there. There's so many things that happen anyway. These people frame things, and because of the internet and algorithms, if you see this and then you see it again and again and again, well, it must be true. All these smart people keep saying it, not realizing they repeating the same crap don't mean that they were right. They got the same agenda. But anyway, these people out here wild. I put in the comments the links to a couple videos I think people should check out. One is about the food, another's about, I guess, the food again, except they got prisoners cooking the food for free. Which
and ain't getting paid a paycheck.
Ain't getting paid a paycheck. That's horrible. Horrible for them, for us, for everybody except for the greedy corporations. So anyway, Steve, what's been up with you, man? What's on your mind? What you got
Do
going
football, sure. Because I seen the Chicago Bears, they end up beating the Dallas Cowboys.
on? Caleb
Dude,
Williams threw four
they talking
touchdowns.
about Ben Johnson wasn't gonna win, ain't win now. So he just got there in Chicago.
Yeah,
Because they don't lost 2 games, they don't mean that a head coach get fired in 1 year. Dude, they just got to play on the field together, and the co-head Ben Johnson though get that man time.
right. Well, that's the problem with a lot of this modern
Somebody,
sports
yep.
is that
Somebody, the Bears gonna be like the Detroit Lions.
uh, well, the problem with modern sports today, in my opinion, is that they too quick to fire their coaches because players is hard to do stuff with. And if they just gave coaches a little more stability, maybe the players could fall in line if they knew, hey, like the Steelers, Mike Tomlin, they know, all right, this is spot. Let's make it work. But when they know if they do whatever, they can get rid of a coach.
Look at Mike Tomlin. I don't see he going nowhere because he done win this coach over there in the NFL because he done won with mediocre quarterbacks like Rudolph Mason and Jason Dobbin. He done won with a third string quarterback.
I didn't
And
even
then
know who
because
that was you just said. That's how
I'm
bad.
talking about the backup behind Benny
No, you good.
Roethlisberger.
You ain't gotta explain it. I got what your point. I'm just saying that's a good point because I don't know who that was he won with. But
I mean Josh Dobbin. I'm talking about Josh Dobbin, the bald head, the black dude.
okay, I got you. And he got well,
He done won with 3.
I was gonna say Justin Fields, but he gone already, ain't he?
Oh, Justin Fields though with the New York Jets though, you know they trash though because you know they lackluster with talent over there.
Heck yeah, yeah. Football, man. I don't know, man. I still like it,
But
but
the Buffalo Bills though, they over there, they 3-0.
there's still so much to go. So
But
much.
it's a long season. They got a long season.
Exactly. Who you think gonna win the Super Bowl? I'm gonna hold you to it.
I'll say it would be Philly because they done already done beat the Chiefs.
Okay, so you think they gonna win it again, huh?
Yep, Philly probably gonna win again. Buffalo and Philly in the Super Bowl.
Okay. All right. Well. Oh damn! I just not saw this. Big Bird said the pictures was showing. Maybe I just can't see it. Dang. All right. Well, you say Buffalo and Philly maybe gonna be in the Super Bowl, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I ain't really got
Because
it.
Kansas City is 0-2.
They
They
start.
gonna end up looking once that wide receiver who they drafted out of Texas, Xavier yeah, I forget his name, that wide receiver who played for Texas. Once
Mhm,
they get him back, they're gonna be dangerous. Kansas City gonna be dangerous once they get Xavier back.
mhm. Young Slim said Eagles Super Bowl again. Let's go. Big Bird say Steelers. Steeler Nation. You know my Bears. I ain't even about to play like they about to do something. They ain't even about to play like it. So, all right, man. Let me get up out of here. One Journey. Thank you for coming through. Young Slim, Big Bird, everybody. I'm about to get up out of here. Steve, appreciate you for coming through, my brother.
To peace.
Yeah, peace. I'm gonna work on getting this so that the pictures and stuff come through. So
Yeah,
that
because it refuses to pop up on the screen.
yeah, it made it hard for me to react to it if it ain't working. But hey, that's live TV, man. Sometimes you got some technical difficulties. You gotta.
Yeah, because that's why I had ended up getting froze. I had to come in and come out and start all over again.
There you go. See, when it's live, sometimes things happen. You can't edit it out. You got to make it work. So, But man, appreciate you, man. You be safe. I'm gonna try to come back maybe Saturday or Sunday and talk a little more about some more stuff going on. I've been wanting to review that Netflix Tyler Perry series and a couple other things.
Oh yeah, Beauty and Black.
Yeah, Black Booty.
I already seen that though. 7 and 8. Beauty
Yeah,
and
I
Black.
know. I'm late.
I done seen the Reasonable Doubt.
Reasonable
With,
Doubt.
yeah, with Tommy in it, because he playing Bill.
What? That's on
Sterling, yeah,
Netflix.
lawyer. Yeah, a new one. It's a Thursday. I think it's tomorrow.
And it's on Netflix.
No, Hulu.
Hulu. Okay. Oh dang, man! It's today Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, dang, Peacemaker came out.
I don't know about that.
Oh, Peacemaker pretty good with John Cena. It's on HBO Max. I saw Gen V advertisement, but I ain't watched it. One Journey, thank you. Love you too. I appreciate all the love and the support. One Journey just started the Beauty and Black and Reasonable Doubt. Reasonable Doubt's a TV show?
Oh yeah, because Beauty and Black is on Netflix.
Yeah, but is Reasonable Doubt a movie or a TV show?
A TV show.
Oh wow. And I had been so busy, I ain't even heard nothing about it. I done missed it. That's one of the things I don't like about all these shows all over the place. It's kind of hard to see and keep up with this stuff. But
Yeah, because Tulsa King, man, it's $12, but you try to get that on Prime, man, they cost $12 at
per
$9 a month.
episode,
Yeah, because I had to wait.
I ain't mad at you for that. I ain't paying.
I said, forget it.
$12.
I'm going back watching on football game.
I know that's right. $12 an episode.
Man, mommy must told me she ain't missing nothing.
I mean, I get it to a certain extent.
Because Samuel Jackson is playing with Sylvester Stallone.
Well, all right, brother. Let me get up out of here,
Yep.
man. I know it's getting late on a Wednesday. Yeah, peace, man. Good seeing you. Appreciate you coming through. Everybody in the chat, everybody watching on the replay. I appreciate y'all for coming through, supporting the channel. And definitely I ain't forgot about y'all, so I appreciate y'all for not forgetting about me. Y'all stay safe out there. Be kind, and I'll see you on the next one. Deuces.